Okay lah. Take over, Jimmy.
Okay. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for spending your time, making time to join us for this sharing session today. And if you're already in direct selling business, you already know a little bit about the business or you want to get to know more. But if you are not, I hope you open up your mind and try to absorb as much as you can and find out today's session about why direct selling is more relevant now than ever in our situation at the present moment. Okay, let me introduce a little bit of myself for those who do not know me. My name is Jimmy Su, and I've been in this industry, direct selling, for more than 20 years. I've been on different fronts. I've been a corporate director for an American company, and I helped them actually establish the company in a few markets in Southeast Asia. That's one side. On the other side, I was also a field leader and trainer for direct selling companies. And I've trained people in different countries and of downline team of more than 1,000 people. You know, so because of the privilege of being on both sides, I have a lot of insights on all these situations. I was also lucky enough to be in the Direct Selling Association as one of the executive committee. You have to be actually elected to be in the executive committee in Direct Selling Association. And inside the association, you get to know about other network marketing companies, how the people operate, and how the industry is all together. So with all these insights that I've learned, I want to share with you some information on what this industry is about, why I'm in where I'm in, and what is the situation going ahead in the next maybe couple of months or couple of years. Okay. This is roughly what I've been, so don't worry. Okay, at the present moment, all of us are in the same situation. Okay, we are in the situation of this thing called COVID-19. Actually, we didn't choose to be in this. All of us are stuck in this situation, you know, and today the situation is really unique. I hope it doesn't last too long. This experience is not very good, I believe, for most of us. And it's a pandemic situation. That means it's really serious. And none of us can actually do much because we are not in control. I believe your government in your different countries have laws and things like that, where you cannot go out, you can only do certain things, and different countries have certain lockdown situation for a period of time. So only in this industry where, or only in this situation where we know that we are not in control, what can we do? What are some of the choices that you have, which within your means, you can actually continue to operate? Okay. Many people would, in this situation are losing their jobs. Okay, the economists, I'm talking about a lot about more of the Singapore background. The economists say that Singapore expect a retrenchment of 45,000 to 65,000 in 2020. And already we are already in a pretty bad situation now. A small country like Singapore of 3 to 5 million people, talking about locals and total plus immigrants, let's say 5 million people. If you have 65,000 people being unemployed or retrenched, that is a very serious situation, you know, and we are getting into this situation and we are not in control. You know, none of us can say that, oh, we do not want to be retrenched, because even if you are looking for a job, there are not much opportunities, you know. And I was looking at the news. In about April, there's about 3,800 companies that closed down in April. You know, this person is one of the member of parliament. He was sharing, you know, this is what expected in coming months is going to be expected to be even worse than before. And if I'm not wrong, in May, it's about double this number. It's about 8,000 companies have closed down. So if you're 8,000 companies closing down, and if each company employs, let's say, 5 to 10 people, you imagine the number of people that's going to be retrenched. It may be more than 65,000, and we are only into June, about half the year now, you know. So with all this situation happening around us, what are some of the situations that, or some of the choices that we can make, you know, when people are losing their jobs and, you know, uh, for those people who are affordable, for those people who are quite rich, you know, you can take, okay, take it as a long rest, you know, take a long rest, stay at home, spend time with your family. But what about for those people who are living from hand to mouth? You know, they are working every day just to put food on the table for their children and their family who are not working. Suddenly, if your livelihood is stopped, you have a situation, you will find that when is the next meal coming from, right? And you can eat less, but your children cannot not eat, right? So this is very unique situation, very bad situation for many families in Singapore. And of course, the government is trying very hard to help, but whatever help they are giving is just a one time, you know, it doesn't last you throughout the year. So you still have to find a solution how to get over this period, you know. Right? You look at the situation now, okay, you go to the airport, the airport is empty. Right? This is the Singapore Changi airport, a picture of Singapore Changi airport. One of the number one or number top 3 airport in the world, you know. But what happened? Nobody's in the airport because there's no flights. And Singapore have already closed down of the 4 terminals. Singapore already closed down Terminal 4 and Terminal 2 temporarily. Because why? There's no flights. There's no people coming in. There's no customers. So they are just operating to continue to maintain all the facilities. But it's a very high cost, you know. So it's a normal situation now all over the world, not only in Singapore. And then you go around the estate, you say, oh, the coffee shop is empty. Nobody at the coffee shop. Because why? It's banned. You know, you can see there's no chairs. You're not supposed to eat out. You know, all the food places and restaurants are all under control. And you cannot sit there and eat. So you have to buy back at home. And most people prefer to cook, you know. And you try to go to the garden to exercise. You find, hey, it's already locked down. You can't go to do the exercise corner to do any exercise. You know, because the government say, oh, no gathering of people, you know. And on top of that, you go to the public transport and you see this sticker, you know, do not sit here, because the public transport is trying to regulate the people using the facilities. So you can't even go, you know. Why? Because people are not supposed to be moving out when you're not supposed to. So in this kind of a situation, when all our movements and all our life is affected, we have to find solution to our problem. Okay, I have many friends who are really affected in this situation. You know, as we go on, I'll share a little bit more. Okay, on top of all this COVID-19 situation, actually we already have another situation that is very common to all, which is chronic disease in the midst of our daily life before the COVID-19. You know, what are some of those chronic disease that we are looking out for to make sure that we don't get into it? Okay, in Singapore, there's 3 big ones that people fear. 3 top chronic disease in Singapore is diabetes, cancer, and heart disease. Okay, in Singapore, diabetes, 1 in 10 age to 20 to 79 get diabetes. That means 10%, 1 in 10. So if you count 10%, at least 1 will be having diabetes between this age, you know. And for cancer, every day, 36 people are diagnosed with cancer. Every day. In a small country, every day, 36 people get cancer, you know, diagnosed. But of course, more and more coming. And 1 in 3 die of cancer in Singapore every day, you know, 1 in 3. So there are a lot of situations in this, especially cancer, that people are so afraid. It's a modern day disease. Of course, because of the water we drink, the air we breathe in, you know, and the food that we consume that cause all this cancer situation. And because of the food, like what Susie was sharing earlier, you know, people are eating this, with disregard of their health, and that brings about heart disease. Heart disease is one thing that is chronic and very serious, and in the world is one of the top killer. Every day, 16 die from heart disease in Singapore. So if you add diabetes, cancer and heart disease in Singapore, every day there are a lot of people dying from all this situation. Now, even worse, on top of this, one more, we have COVID-19 on top of all these things, and more people are affected, you know. And with all these things on the back of our head, what do you think we can do? But the thing is that if you have the question that I give to you is that if you have a solution that could help many people suffering from this above 3 conditions, and you can strengthen your body against COVID-19, do you think you'll do something about it? You think about it, if you have a very difficult situation and add on with another situation, and suddenly if you have a solution, are you going to keep it to yourself, or are you going to share it with all the people that around you that you love, your family, your relative, and your friend who are in the same situation? You will, right? So when you have the solution, I believe you will do it. We in Rain today, we actually have the solution. Okay, I would like to introduce you the solution, which is Rain International. This Rain International is, if you don't already know, let me introduce to you. Rain is an American company, okay? And American company have been in the market for about 10 years, you know, in the market about 10 years. And over the last 10 years, we have developed products that have helped many people with their health, and for those people who are healthy, to maintain their health. For those people who are unhealthy or sick, to help them recover by building their body system, their immune system, so that they can get out of their sick situation. And many have already benefited from our products. And if you have a health situation, that is a very very difficult time where you run around to look for a solution. Okay, when I was in corporate, I once met up with a young girl. She walked into my company, the office, and she was looking at all the products that we were marketing. And I was quite curious, so I went up to her and asked her, I said, excuse me, can I help you? So she was telling me, she said, oh, I'm looking for a product for cancer patient. I said, what is the situation? He said, oh, my mom is diagnosed with third stage or fourth stage, yeah. Fourth stage, I think is a stomach cancer. He said, the doctor said that there's nothing they can do for her, and they sent her home. And she has lost hope. You know, he said, oh, I'm looking for some products that can give her some hope. Just imagine, for people who are sick, they are looking for a hope to continue living their life. You know, and we in Rain International, we have the solution to many of these health issues, and we can give them hope. Okay, let me share with you one of the products, just one of the key products that we have. It's called Rain Soul. Okay? Rain Soul is a product that is what you call natural, is cold pressed from seeds, and the product efficacy is so good that it helps many people. And I'm not going to just share it about what the company say and how good it is. You know, it is shared by this independent third-party lab called Brunswick Lab in US. If you don't know about Brunswick Lab, you can go and Google and find out more about Brunswick Lab. Brunswick Lab is a lab that tests products for many companies, not only Rain International. You can, many of the direct selling company or nutritional company go to Brunswick Lab and ask them to test their product and tell them how good the product is, what it consists of. And this is what we get, okay? When we get the product tested by Brunswick Lab, Brunswick Lab comes back and tell us that, okay, our product can increase 62% of anti-aging, the enzyme, you know. It has significant reduction in free radicals. If you don't already know, free radicals are the thing that cause cancer. Okay, when your body has too much free radicals and it's not under control, okay, what happens is that your cells will start to mutate. And when cells mutate, it becomes cancerous. And when the mutation cells produced too fast, your cancer becomes very serious because the body is not able to fight the cancer. So the healthy cell not able to fight the cancer cells, and you develop into a first stage, second stage, and more serious. That is what free radicals can cause. And then the product also proven to have 9 amino acids and essential fatty acids. That is why essential fatty acids is important. If it's called essential, that means you must have it in your body system. And if you don't already know, your brains is made up of a lot of fat. You know? And if you want to know more about all this situation about health and nutrition, about what it does in the body, of course, you can attend our upline, our leaders, Susie Cross session. She will give you a lot of insight about health, you know. And on top of essential fatty acid, there is also 17 minerals and 12 vitamins in the product, according to Strickler, you know. And it also reduces inflammation by 33%. Just imagine if you were to buy other products from the pharmacy, you know. Normally, if you go to the pharmacy, you see a lot of products on the rack. On the right, you see vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin B, the B12, B6, things like that. All the different iron and pills or whatever. So if you take 17 minerals, how many bottles must you buy? 17. If you take 12 vitamins, how many bottles must you buy? 12. If you take these two just add together, is 29 bottles of products. And if you have to take 29 bottles of product every day, if even you take 1 tablet of each or 1 capsule of each, you have to take 29 capsules every day. But comparatively, if you do use Rainsoul, just 1 sachet of Rainsoul, it has all the amino acid, all the mineral acids, and all the vitamins inside, and it can reduce your inflammation by 33%. It increase your anti-aging by 62%, and you can control all the free radicals that may cause cancer in your body. So that is how effective this product is. Okay, I'm not Brain, the company who said it. This is by Brunswick Lab, who tested the different company products, you know, and they compare all the products on a fair basis of 30 ml against 5 of the most common free radicals in our body. And this is the solution. Okay, I'm not going to read all the numbers and all the different products. The thing that this page tells us is that for every dollar of a health product you pay, how much advantage are you taking out of the dollar? You know, of course, for some of them who are good, they still have some numbers like 200, 400 of the ORAC value. But for Rainsoul, for every 1 packet of it, you get 4,495, you know. It's actually not 1 packet, 30 ml is only half a packet. You get 4,495 ORAC value. That means for every dollar, you are getting more out of it than you buy any of the other company's product. That is why when I see this certification from Brunswick Lab, it's so convincing that you know what are the choice that you're making, and the choice that you're making with Rain is the right choice. Okay? And on top of that, when every other company have good products and they tell you that it's good, but it's not good that you tell yourself that it's good, right? It's when other people tell you you are good, then you know that you are really good. For example, in Rain, we have 9 accreditation on our product to tell you that this product is actually endorsed by many of these organizations. We have NSF, GMP, we have Health Canada, GMO free, we even have halal, we have all natural cold pressed seeds kind of accreditation. And of course, the most important is the WADA and the BSCG, that is the drug-free accreditation from these 2 organizations. And it's world-renowned organization, meaning every Olympic sportsman, when they take any product, they want to make sure that there's either BCG or a WADA approval. Why? Because their career depends on it. If you take something that have any drugs or anything that around that area, then when they test it, their career will be gone. So our products are proven and tested to be in that level. Not many companies or not many products from other companies that you can find have so many accreditation where you can see that it is really people put their name and their logo on it and say that, okay, I approve that this product is good. So that is what we get. When you get all this third-party recognition, you know that you have a product that is way above many of the rest. And you have the product that's above many of the rest. Are you going to be sharing it with your friends and your relatives and all the people that you know really need the product? We should, if you go onto the ground about talking to people who are not well, okay, and who are sick, we can help many people get better by sharing the goodness of our product. Okay, in this booklet, okay, done by our team, thanks to Julia, who put it together, all this testimony, we actually talk to many people and many people share their experience about using our products. And when they use the product and when they get well, they are so happy and they are so willing to put their name and their photo and their stories to share with other people because they feel that if I get better, I have a responsibility to share the goodness with other people so that other people can get the same benefit that they have got. So they are sharing and we put all this sharing together. We have this booklet that has about 156 sharing different stories, different illnesses, different health challenges. And these people are sharing, they're not getting a single cent out of it. They're just sharing out of because they benefited from the Rain products. So if you have not already gotten a book of this, you should get one because this is one of the very good sharing tool, okay? And before, of course, when all these things that I share come together, it comes to one thing that people ask is, are you sure direct selling is a good platform? What is the difference between a traditional distribution and a direct selling distribution channel? Okay, the two different channels are all a common channel of distributing products. But why do we choose direct selling? Okay, just let me share it a little bit of information so that if you don't know, you can find out a little bit more. Okay, a traditional distribution go through a channel, many channels, from the manufacturer manufacture the product from basic. They sell it to the wholesaler. The wholesaler buy in bulk, and then they distributed it to the salespeople. From the salespeople have to go out to sell it to the retailers. In order to sell to the retailer, they have to advertise their product so that the retailer know and see the product, say, hey, this is a good product. And then from the understanding from the advertisement, they find out about the product. The retailer will take the product into their business, and the retailer will retail it at the shops. And from the shops, the retailer will sell it to the end user customer. The end user customer will buy the product. So it goes through the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different channels in order to reach the customer. And then when the customer buy, the customer will pay the price. But the price that they pay, you have to go through to pay so many different channels. That is the traditional distribution network. But in a direct selling network, the reason we put the word direct selling is because it is a shorter channel. It's more direct. Like in Rain produce the product. Rain is the manufacturer, and Rain is also the wholesaler. And Rain actually put the product into the hands of us. We call ourselves the distributor or Rain partners. Rain partners are the distributor and the retailer, and we don't advertise. So we don't spend the money on advertisement. And what we do, we go through a direct channel where we sell to our customers. So when the distribution channel is cut short from so long to so short, only the company, the distributor, and the customer, it actually creates a business for us as a distributor. Yeah. If you don't already know about the direct selling situation or the channels and the traditional, let me show you a little bit of information. Why MLM business is good or advantage comparatively if you want to go into a business. For example, if you go into business, what must you risk? You have high cost. Okay? Why high cost? Look at some of these points. Okay? They have, if you have go into the traditional business, it's very high risk because you have to pay for rentals. Okay? You pay for rentals. You have to pay for inventory because you have to house the inventory. You have to pay for the products, right? You have to hold the products as a traditional business, you know. Then you have operating costs. You have to pay for warehousing. Okay. Then you have to pay for shipping. Then you have to pay for staff to maintain your office or your warehouse. Okay. And all these are actually very high cost and high risk. Right? Before you sell your first product, you have to put in all this money. But what about MLM business or direct selling business? You have a low risk because when you start the business, you join as a distributor. You don't have to pay for rentals, for staff, for inventory, for all these things. You only join as a distributor and represent the company to directly sell the product to the end user. So you have low risk, you have low operating costs because you only need to maintain your account. In our company, you only need to buy one box of a product, about 50 PV, to maintain the account. And if you do the business proper, we have this system called the RPT, where it's called the Rain Partner Team, where if you develop your business in a certain level, certain situation, the situation that we advise, the company actually give you free maintenance product and free maintenance point. You don't even have operating costs. Okay, those I will talk to you in details. Okay, when we do a compensation plan training. Okay, then you don't have a huge what you call inventory to keep. Whenever you need a product or your customer need a product, you can buy the product and sell to the customer, or you can even introduce your customer to become your team. You know, so the opportunity that you can sell to your customer to become your partners, business partners. Okay, on top of that, you get a lot of high income potential because of the amount of cost that we save on direct selling. The costs that are saved are passed it on to you as a commission. Okay, and this one can be a residual income because as long as your customer becomes your team, and they continue to use the product because it's so good, proven, then this one will become a residual income that every month they'll be buying the product and the volume comes in monthly. You have no rental costs, you have no employees, you don't have any inventories. You leverage on the whole process of the company and your organization. Because when you do a presentation, like the presentation I do today, you don't have to do this presentation one-on-one every day. You can do a presentation for 100 or 1,000 people, you know. So your upline may be doing the presentation and you just bring in the people to join in the presentation. So you leverage on the strength of your team, you know. And if you are new to the business, you can talk to your upline leaders who are more than willing to help you because by helping you, they're helping themselves also. So it's a team effort and everybody gets the benefit. So when you have this leverage, you are not fighting the battle alone. The whole war is about fighting as a whole team. Okay, and the good thing is that this business is portable. You can actually use the business from the company website that is over worldwide, over about 40 over countries, and you can recruit people from overseas, your friends or connections, business connection from overseas. They can join your business. And as simple as what we have today over internet, we can just internet the business, ask them to take a look at it, and if they like, they can just join and sign up, buy products. As long as the company have a distribution channel over the country, you can actually just build the business and develop it. I was once in the US for the convention. I still can remember vividly that this leader, we were mingling around in one of the sessions. One of the US leader was sharing with me. He said, "Oh, I stay in Utah, up in the mountains, very nice place." You know, I said, "What is your major market of your organization people?" So he was sharing with me. He said, "Oh, I have one very big group of people in Africa." I said, "Africa." I said, "How do you go to Africa? Africa and Japan," you were saying. I said, "How do you go to Africa and Japan, you know, to recruit people?" He said, "No, I don't. I work for a company and we have some connection with Japanese companies. And I know people there and I introduced the business to my friends from Japan. And because the product was so good, they introduced so many people in Japan. Now I have a big team of more than a couple hundred people in Japan." I said, "Wow, that's good." Then I said, "What about Africa?" He said, "I wasn't in Africa. I didn't know anybody. Once somebody logged onto my internet and look at my page and want to find out more. So we talk on the internet and the person get interested and he sign up. And the next thing you know, all his friends and the people introduced are buying the products, you know." So he said the Africa team just grew and grew, you know. So he grew as a leadership in the Japanese and the African market, which is bigger than what he have in US because he stay in the mountains, he only got not too many friends, you know. And just imagine you can build a business in this way. It shows that our business is actually borderless. You can actually go overseas and build a business. And you can attain your financial freedom by staying at home, like in this COVID-19 period, and do your business, you know. So that's how powerful our business is. These are some of the things that I put together. You got low risk, high income potential. You got resident income. You got no rent. You can make a business out of it. You can have a lot of friends all over the world. You can build it over the world. You have no inventory at all, and you can get financial freedom. That's the beauty of this business. What is the situation that we are now? At the present moment, during this COVID-19 this period, many of us find out that, hey, we look at the world and we look at our life differently. Because suddenly we are not supposed to get out of the house. Suddenly we cannot visit our parents or relatives. Suddenly we cannot go for coffee with our friends. Suddenly we can't even go to the office to work. You know, that's how the situation is now. And the people are looking at it differently from before COVID-19. And what are they looking for now? Many people today are looking for a health solution. Make sure that we stay healthy, and through this period, you want to stay alive. Right? Like what Jack Ma was saying, he said 2020 is the year not to grow business. It's the year to stay alive so that you can continue in 2021. You know, and it's so very true. You know, if you don't stay alive in 2020, where are you going next? Right? And people are so, because of all these things, when people can't go to work, people are looking for opportunity to make money. Business opportunity where they can make some money to make ends meet for their family. You know, whether it's a few $100s or $1,000 a month or a week. A week is good, a month still good, you know. So they're looking for that, and people are finding that it's more difficult during this period to find an opportunity because most of the people are in lockdown, you know, and the business are all going downhill. So they're also looking for what? To live a happy life. That is what everybody looks for, you know, to live a happy life with your family, with your friends, you know. With all the above situation, if the first two is being solved, they will be able to get the third, which is if you have good health and you have enough money, you can live a very good life. You know? So what are your choices? What are your opportunities? Okay, the right time actually for us in Rain International is actually now. Because why? Because of COVID-19, where the people are locked down and many people have time at home. You know, they have nothing to do. They cannot go out to work. You know, a lot of people are retrenched. So they're home and they have time. They can listen to your sharing. They cannot run away. In the past, you call them, they're not home. Now you call them, most of them are home. So COVID-19 also give you an opportunity to call your friends and to continue to update each other and to share what you have, okay? And I've shared with you the chronic disease is rampant. Many people are dying of chronic diseases, cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. Tell me how many people do not know somebody who has one of these? I think none. Most of us heard of or have a friend or a relative who has one of these diseases. And today, pollution is one of the major problems. Why people die of so many diseases, especially through our food, right? Because of the soil is already damaged. The plant that grows out of the soil have a lot of toxin and a lot of chemicals inside. The air is not clean. Recently, I read an article about China. You know, it's the first time they can see the mountains. You know, because why? Because all the while when the factories are operating, every day is very hasty. You cannot see anything. It's always very gloomy. You know, and they are used to that. Now, because of COVID-19, everybody stopped. All the factories stopped. The air is better. You know, but when everything comes back, all the pollution will come back. You know, so the air is still damaged. The water is damaged because of the way that we live our life with all the chemicals that we use. And after that, we wash it down the drain. It goes to the water, it goes to the sea, right? It goes to our water source. And after that, we drink the water. You know, even if you try to purify it, what do you purify it with? Chemicals. So you're still taking chemicals and still toxic to your body. So these are some of the problems with our pollution today. Then the doctor said, oh, we have a solution, we give you medication. I can tell you more people are dying of medication than any other thing because why? They're consuming too much drugs. And the drugs is damaging their body. They solve one problem, they created another four. That is most of the situation for the people who are dying of cancer. They go for chemo, they go for radiation, they take the drugs. Yes, some of their cancer cells are killed, but a lot of their healthy cells are killed. And the drugs goes into the body, it goes all over. And you have other complications and the other side effects. And a lot of people die of the side effects and the complication rather than dying of the disease itself. You know, so the doctor solution is no good. You know? Then we talk about why is it now the right time? Because of the internet revolution. Today, when everybody's at lockdown, how do you buy food? You dial in, call for order, delivery. You go to internet, make an order. The internet order have risen sharply because of the COVID-19 situation. And everybody is now so used to this internet model online. Very soon after the COVID-19, people will still go into this internet model because they find that it is a solution out of the traditional model, you know. And of course, the distribution channel is the right channel, right for the time now. Everybody is suffering because of business and everything. You know who are the people who are not really suffering? The distribution channel. People distribution are still distributing food, medical facilities. All these people are, you see on the road, they are doing Grab food and things like that, or Panda food, Food Panda and things like that. They're making a lot of opportunities for these people to make money. So distribution is a channel that doesn't die even in this situation now. And especially in the direct selling and wellness. I'll just give you some examples here. The internet revolution. Right? In this report, they talk about the global e-commerce sales to reach nearly 3.46 trillion in 2019. Okay, this report, of course, is about last year. You know, 3.46 trillion from the e-commerce business. That's how big the business opportunity is. That means the traditional model will be shrinking. The internet e-commerce model will be enlarging. So if you don't move your direction to an e-commerce model, your business will continue to shrink. So even the hawkers now are going e-commerce. If you go to order a wonton mee right? You can even order online and get it delivered to your house. That's the e-commerce model. If they don't change, they're going to die out because nobody knows where to get the food now, right? So it's inevitable. The market is changing so fast and it's forcing everybody to go to the e-commerce model. Okay. On top of that, the distribution channel, especially in the direct selling and the wellness industry. Okay? That this report in 2014 talking about 2020, which is today. Okay, personalized health market is 600 billion globally by 2020. 600 billion. Just imagine Singapore, we give out the government give out all the benefits, right? It's only about 70 or 90 billion. You know, after feeding about 5 million people, you know, but the global industry for nutrition and health product market is already 600 billion, right, by 2020. That's how big the opportunity in for us when we are in the direct selling and in the wellness industry. If you don't believe, I show you some reports. Yeah, this is a report from Direct Selling Association US. It tells you about the global sales of direct selling around the world. Right? The global sales for direct selling is around 192.9 billion. Okay? 192.9 billion. Asia is the biggest market. You look at the top line, Asia is the biggest market. Okay, here, 89 to 89% and increasing, right? Then America and Europe and Africa and Middle East. Right? These are some of the data, you know, from here. Okay, and from all those markets that direct selling, the report from the Direct Selling Association, wellness and nutrition industry is the highest among all the different products. Okay, because in direct selling, there are people who sell clothing, there are people who sell cosmetic, home care, houseware, books, toys, food stuff, home improvement, you know, utilities and other services. What is the biggest sales byproduct in direct selling? It's wellness and nutrition. Okay, up of the 100% is 33.2%. Okay, even if you do personal care or cosmetic, it's only 31.2. So wellness is the direction and health the direction. If you want to get into this, you know, this is the situation where you go into the best opportunity in the wellness industry, right? Why I would say that the right place is in rain? Because just now we already talked about the company which is established for more than 10 years. We've gone past the 50 million a year. Okay, in the direct selling industry, any company that passed the 50 million a year barrier is considered a very stable and strong company. Because there are so many companies every year, thousands of companies come in and go out, introduce one product, make a little bit of money, then close down and they move on. And that is some of the situation that are making direct sales not a very good model for some people. They find, hey, this company come and go. But for direct selling associations advice is that if your company is more than 50 million a year, you are very stable and growing is good, right? And we have a natural product. I've already proven to you that the product are tested, proven to be natural. And when you consume it, it's just like the food that you consume every day. So it's very safe. There's no side effects from the product itself. Very proven, and the solution proof that it already show you about how our products can help the people who are fighting for health, the people who want to get nutrition, you know, and our products provide all these platforms for good health and solving health problems. It's very simple and friendly. The compensation plan is one of the best in the market. One of the reasons I joined this company, I've seen so many companies in the market. One of the reasons I joined this company is because the compensation plan is very friendly and very fair. I've seen many companies, like I say, during my days as one of the executives in the company, executive committee in the Direct Selling Association, we get company that comes into the association. In order to join the association, they have to present their compensation plan. We as the executive committee, we are the people who look through the compensation plan and advise them what they can do and what they cannot do. And we've seen so many compensation plans. I've seen many. That's the reason why when I saw the compensation plan in our RAIN International, it is not only one of the best, it is one of the fairest, where it only pays the people who are doing the business for a long time already. The new people who get into the business, they are very fair to the new people. I've seen so many companies, they milk the new people and pay the old people. And the new people come and go and come and go, and they feel that, oh, this company is no good. But in RAIN, the new people are very fairly compensated. And for everyone who really focus and develop their business in RAIN, the company will assist them and help them along the way, you know. And of course, the RAIN company is also socially responsible because we do so many charity work in different places where we see there's a need, okay. Just to share with you, right, some of the results of this year, 2020, during the COVID-19 period. Because you know that during the COVID-19 period, people cannot go to work. People lose their job. People lose their businesses. Okay, I have a chat group with my secondary school friends. All of us are in our 50s now. Some of people are doing very well. Some I have a director on HP, Hewlett Packard. We have some business owners. You know, we have some people who runs a project for the government in Singapore. You know, and we have some, of course, the executive just working for a company. When we were sharing in the chat, everybody tells me their difficulties. The directors of the HP tell me that, oh, now we are homebound. No? This year, in the beginning of the year, he was tasked to retrench about 2,000 people in HP. That's his job, retrench people, you know, 2,000 people. You know, that is the situation in corporate. And he was saying that, hey, I don't know when is my turn. Right? And that is a very high level executive from a US company. Then we have people who are building in the construction business with the government. Now, you know, during the COVID-19 period, all the construction have stopped. So there's no projects. No projects mean no money, but you still have to feed your staff because you still have to maintain the system. So that when the business comes back, you have to reoperate again. So it's money going out, but no money coming in. Then for those people who are working as executive, the company, most of them are not operating and they have to either close down or shut down or go to minimum staff and they have to suffer pay cut and some of them are retrenched. I even have a friend who is a Grab driver and he said, yeah, we've been driving around but there's no customers because everybody is locked down, nobody goes out. You go to the go on the street, go into the shopping center, you see that whole line of taxi queue. All the taxi are queuing for customers. There are no customers, you know, very few customers. So this is the situation of COVID-19 period in Singapore. I believe in other countries it's pretty much the same. Hong Kong, US, Taiwan, Malaysia, pretty much the same. But in our business in RAIN, right, we are slightly different. Because when they ask me, they say, hey, Jimmy, what are you doing and is your industry affected? I say, oh, I'm doing direct selling and nutrition product. I said, our industry is not affected. You know why? Because during this period, everybody is more concerned about health. They want to know more and they want to find out more. And you know, Singapore being kiasu, you know, they want to be healthy and they want to keep themselves away from COVID-19, right? So they want to build their immune system. People who used to buy 1 box now buy 4 boxes. Some buy 10 boxes. You know, people who used not to want to listen to us now open their ear and listen to us and say that, hey, Jimmy, what recommendation of product do you have for me? I want to make sure that I'm staying healthy. So this is the opportunity that brought our business. So when my friend asked me, hey, is your industry affected? I said, no, we are not affected. We are doing even better, you know. And let me show you some of the mid-level leaders' income in the last 4 months from January to April, not even end of April, mid of April for 2020. You know, some of our leaders are willing to share, of course, not with the full name, about their income. Okay, just share a few. Yeah, this person, right, the income is from January to April the 15th, which is only half of the, so it's only 3.5 months. 3.5 months, the income is 5,250 US dollars. In Malaysia ringgit, it's about $21,000. In Sing dollar, it's about 7,000 Sing dollar. So in 3.5 months, you get 7,000 Sing dollars. It's quite all right. It's about $2,000 Sing a month. Okay, it's pretty good. And most of this group of people are not doing this full time. Some of them are just part time. Some are just retired, just doing the business part time. Another one, okay, 4,271 US dollars. 17,000 ringgit is about 3,000 over dollars, Singapore dollars. Another one, about 5,000 US dollars. Another one, 5,200 US dollars. Right, these are the mid-level leaders. Then I just want to share with you. Some people say, oh, I'm not mid-level leaders. I just joined not long. I want to see what is the opportunity. Right, this is one of them. When you look at the person joined only in, I think, September 2019, which is last year, September. And by April this year, it's about six months into the business. Yeah, the person already making 3,000 over dollars. The Sing dollar is $4,600. You know, only 6 months into the business. If you are 6 months into the business and you have not earned this amount, that means you have not been doing much. You should put in a little bit more time, focus, and share the business. Because why? It's achievable. People already done it. A lot of people have already tried it, put in a little bit of effort, have made this kind of small results. And of course, all of us hope to be like Julia and Susie, you know, making big amount of money, you know, maybe 5 or 6 or 7 figures, you know, living a good life where they are not worried about day-to-day living. What they are doing is that because they have made it in the business, you know, they are getting their regular income every week, you know, when the business keep rolling. They are sharing their experience, they are sharing their information with all of us so that we can be involved in the business, so that we can grow the business like what they have done. You know, and I'm thankful for our leaders because they are so willing to share and put time and effort, you know, to help us through this difficult period. You know, and most of us are making better income than before the COVID-19 period, you know, which is totally out of the normal from the traditional business market. You know, many people are unable to do anything. The car sales business is down, insurance business is down, property business is down, every other business is down. But our direct selling business is up. So when you know that your business is so strong and economy proof from all this kind of global pandemic situation, wouldn't you want to take a second look to put more time and more effort in this business? Okay. Over the last maybe half an hour to 40 minutes, I've shared with you quite a lot of information. I hope you digest some of them. You know, we have identified the opportunity and have given you a lot of proof that how this business works. Direct selling with Rain platform. Right? We have given you the platform Rain to show you that people in Rain are developing the business, are growing the business, even in this pandemic situation. You know, we have proven it. Right? The only puzzle left now in the whole jigsaw is your success. If you are willing to put in time, you are willing to put in effort, you are willing to do more to share with people who are not in the business or people who have health challenges and people who are looking for opportunity to make some money, you have to share with them. If you don't share with them, they will not get that information. They will not get that health benefit. They will not get even maybe a life if they're sick. Okay? I like this sharing very much. Life is the sum of all your choices. That means if you choose all all the good choices in your life will be pretty good. If in your life you make all the wrong choices, I don't think it will land you very well in your life, right? So people make all the wrong choices, chances that they're in a bad situation. So I appeal to you, make the right choice, choose the right industry, and the choice is actually in your hands. Okay, that's the end of my sharing today. I say again, thank you for joining us on this situation and joining me in this situation. I look forward to working with all of you in Rain Business, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.